Now we're live. Hey guys, what's going on? You're watching the Bitter Jury podcast. This is episode 47. We're here tonight to talk about the HOH and all of their stupidity, and how I'm pretty sure that he actually doesn't have any brains, and his completely idiotic nominations. But before we can do that,
I might swear a lot tonight, you guys.
I know, right?
Totally
Like,
fine.
man, if this was happening to Tyler as what was actually going on, like, I would totally be in the same boat as you, Kelly. But it's not, so I get to laugh a lot. But before we do that, we have to introduce ourselves. My name's Kelly.
I'm Jacob, otherwise known as Sam's Broken Heart.
Hi, everybody. My name is Kelly.
And my name is Doogie Howser's brother, Oogie Howser.
So not Dookie Howser or Boogie Howser.
Oh, you could have gone with like
I'm the
all
third-
the body fluids.
I'm the third Howser, Oogie.
Perfect.
So we know HOH was won by Fessy.
Bessie.
I think probably the saddest moment of that was when Scotty freaked out about how excited he was that Fessy won HOH.
Yeah. This week just feels very Shakespearean. There's just a lot of dramatic irony and idiotic behavior by jealous men.
Yeah. It happens. But yeah, we need to just jump right into it. So we see Fessy win this really sort of disappointing HOH competition. We talked about how disappointing the competition itself was on the last episode. But we see, like Kelly mentioned, we see Scotty become very, very excited that his boy Fessy wins HOH. We see him celebrate with Haley and Fessy because, you know, he feels super safe with those two. And, you know, because it's Faute, things are about to go down.
Yeah, we have yet to have a week. Where Faute doesn't somehow screw over their own alliance.
Yeah.
Snatch defeat. That was a victory.
Yeah. Like, it absolutely blows me away. Because, like, you see this DR with Tyler, where Tyler's like, oh God, Fessy won HOH. This is going to be this might be the first week where level 6 actually has we have an uphill battle. Level 6 might actually be in some real trouble. And I'm just laughing, like, during this whole episode, because there's no trouble that Tyler's in. There's no trouble that level 6 is in whatsoever. It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, the one week where Faute actually got some shit done was the week that Winston and Brett got put up. Who was the HOH that week? I'm trying to remember.
Oh, that's right. It was Scotty.
Oh, it was Scotty.
What?
Oh, that's right. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay, just saying.
Oh man. So yeah, we there's some drama that it goes down like immediately after Fessy gets his HOH room. And let's talk about it, guys, because it's fantastic.
The house meeting?
Yeah, the
Who Flipped?
Yeah.
The Who Flipped house meeting.
Yeah. So, by the way, we have Brett and JC talk about what their plan is for how they want to work this vote. And Brett doesn't want to go through with JC's plan. He's scared to do it because it won't make any sense. He's like, I don't know if they'll buy it. Like, and JC's just like, trust me, man, it'll work.
Everyone knows the power of testosterone and penis power.
Yeah, we're gonna make it work, and man,
I think it was pretty obvious that Brett didn't think it would work.
Yeah.
Consider like just how he threw it out as like a last ditch effort. After Fessy gave, I'm not over exaggerating. I'm pretty sure Fessy gave like 5 chances.
Yeah.
For someone else to come clean.
Yep.
Which right there, can we just it's not like he was trying to find out who was the vote that voted with them. It's not like he was like, I want to know who betrayed us. He's like,
yeah.
I want to know who had my back on this.
Yeah.
Are you sure it was Scotty? Who else wants to say they have my back?
Yeah. He,
A lot of self-doubt in just that first response.
So now he has it down to 2 people, one of whom definitely has his back. So what to do? Oh, let's put them both up just to be real safe.
Kelly, I swear, if you are not the old man next season, I will be so upset.
Oh my god.
Get on the show and
I
just
think
Oh man.
talk
what's
that
interesting-
sarcastically to everybody, please.
See if I can make it past week 2.
Yep.
Oh, man.
what's
This season is the gift that keeps on giving.
about
It's so
the
great.
season about just this whole breakdown is that I feel it's kind of ironic. It's the 2 guys that have I think the most testosterone. These 2 big guys. One of them is very aware of their testosterone. The other one is not aware of their testosterone at all.
Wait, who? Who are we talking about? I'm confused.
Fessel
Brett.
and Brett.
Brett and Fessy.
Okay.
Like
JC
it's such
for
a
that
great
matter. Like JC's rocking major testosterone. He just channels it.
Yeah, he super fucking channels it. Like he knows it, he's aware of it, and he uses it.
Yeah.
Fessel's just all over the place, and he reminds me of like the picture that they showed that of himself like when he was a 9-year-old boy, just
With his shirt open like a little
Yeah.
model.
totally
Yeah.
unaware, just unaware of it.
Yeah. So, like the only redeeming moment that Fessy has had this entire season for me was when he was crying over his HOH letter. I was like, oh, that's sweet.
I
But
think he was crying because that was his first time reading "I'm by himself."
He
Like,
made it-
I'm doing
Shaun, you nailed it. I was trying to think of a good joke about how his parents
Yeah.
don't love him or something, but you nailed it. Good job.
Oh, man. Having
But,
this is the first HOH letter I think that we've seen all season.
So-
And that really just has to tell you how boring of an HOH it is. Even though you see them shoot themselves in the foot so hard, it's still very boring.
Yeah, I think we saw Caitlin's first one, but
That's right. Yeah.
but other than that,
Yeah, but Caitlin's an icon. Like, let's be real, guys.
she is now. Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to get into that. Caitlin's name got brought up today in a very fun way.
Oh, I'm so excited to hear about that.
Okay. But yeah, so Fessy is like, who had my back? And of course, Scotty's like, duh, it was me, bro.
He's like, right over here.
Yep. And
Literally the person that has said that they're with you the whole time.
And Fessy, again, like an uncertain NFL referee, he was like, "Are we sure that we have that call right?"
No, I wouldn't define it like that. I would define it as you have a mom who has 3 kids
Okay.
and decides to blame one of them, or like the one that comes out and like obviously didn't do what she has bad that has happened.
Right.
And so she's like, "Are you sure it was you? Are we sure it wasn't someone else?" And she's waiting for the other one to crack. And just waiting for that kid to be like, "Okay, no, it was me." He's trying to she's trying to guilt them into coming out with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is something good that he wants to hear. It was so weird.
It was the only shred of self-awareness that Fessy has. Knew that his dick was telling him to evict Scotty to get rid of any male peers that he has, but he knew that he has to make it look good. So he has this lame moment where he's like, "Really? Nobody? Come on, guys. Don't start on me." And then later on, you hear him saying, "Well, Scotty doesn't even talk game with me or anything." And Haley's like, "Who do you talk game with, Fessy? Like, you talk with me? Do you talk with Sam? Do you talk with Tyler?
Talk with
She names everybody else in the house."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, no. But Scotty's still shady as shit."
Yeah, because he has a crush on you. Like he like JC told me he's got a crush on you, and that's not good for us. Like, what do you want me to do? God,
It's blinding Scotty, and his blindness hurts me.
What do you want me to do? Be secure in my masculinity? Be secure in the connection we have?
I'm so happy that Haley brought that up, man. Just like, well, let's talk about that. Who talks game to you? Who talks game to you, Festival?
yeah,
So do you know what this game is? Are you aware at all of this game?
So, like, I would be way more pissed if I was Haley, because, like, she didn't hammer home the fact that, like, it doesn't matter if Fessy is super comfortable with Scotty. She is, because
Yeah.
there's no way in the world Scotty's ever coming after her, and that should matter to somebody who cares about, you know, Haley.
About winning this game?
Yeah.
Her game dies with Scotty. Her chances were slim to none already, but her game dies with Scotty. Let's be very clear.
Yep.
Absolutely.
It's ridiculous. Like, she should be refusing to talk to Fessel until he fixes this shit.
Hey, by the way, Senior Kelly, do you know what happened with Sam the other day? And
No, what did happen with Sam?
Okay, I can't wait to get into that. There's more things I can't
Do
wait
something to cheer me up. I can't wait.
I don't know if it's going to cheer you up. It might make you a little sad, but
Sam, that ship has sailed. Sam is already
okay.
Did you notice how they were trying to give Sam like more of a golden edit tonight? They're trying to give her like the whole country bumpkin kind of thing tonight, and it's like, dude, the damage is done. Like, she is not America's favorite anymore, no matter what you do.
They had to course correct super hard.
I don't know. If you look at the statistics, the South loves Sam still.
Probably. She stood up for Southern feminism.
Southern 1950s feminism.
Oh man, but yeah. So Haley was just like, yeah. Do we need to put up Scotty? We don't need to put up Scotty. Let's not put up Scotty. Let's put up like Angela and Tyler instead. How about that? And then Fessy's like, no, this is my HOH room. I have the key. Like, we can't do that. So go ahead.
No, I just feel like I'm bagging on him at this point because it's so stupid.
No, you're allowed to at this point. With as stupid as a move that he made, like, Faute has been losing members, like supporting members, left and right because of how stupid of an HOH that Fessy was for this week.
Yeah.
Was this an episode of cynicism? Like, did JC sell the idea that Scotty was doing it for herself? Like, does that make sense?
Scotty, JC sold that Scotty is Mr. Steal Your Girl, basically. Like Scotty's gonna sneak up from behind and like with his charming ways and his like virgin sensibilities, he's gonna just steal Haley away if he doesn't make a power move.
We have a comment in the chat.
We do?
And it's from a Mr. Kelly. That's so strange. It says Faisal is the worst HOH of all time. You heard it here first. What do you guys think about that?
Ooh.
Whoever said that was really smart.
Late breaking news.
I don't know, Kelly. What do you think about that?
Promote that guy. We should get on Big Brother.
Yeah, we should get him on the podcast.
We should get him on the podcast.
Yeah.
Can we get that guy on the show? Have a talk with him?
I might know a guy.
Perfect. Yeah, go through the back channels, Kelly, and make that happen.
I will. I'll keep you guys posted.
Perfect. Perfect. So yeah. So let's talk about Fessy. How Fessy comes to his decision, like from every angle. I don't think it makes any sense. Because like if you just look at the two people he nominated, he's nominated the two people that have raised their hand and said, I stood up for you, instead of the other people in the house that have said we didn't stand up for you.
So here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Fessy likes people telling the truth more than anything else. Everyone else knows that, or he knows that out of the 4 people that didn't raise their hands, who said that we voted to keep whoever.
Yeah.
We voted to keep Casey. He's like, okay, I know that you guys are telling the truth because it was 5-1.
Sure.
Between Brett and Scotty, he's like, okay, I know one of you is lying, one of you is telling the truth, and I can't decipher who because apparently I forgot that Scotty's been working with me all season. So if I put you both up, hopefully one of you will crack, and then it will become clear that which one of you is the liar. So then I can get the liar out of the end. Fessy threw his game away because he was short-sighted on trying to figure out who the liar was and completely forgot about the fact that he's playing a game for $500,000 and he's throwing his alliance member out to the wolves.
Can we fast forward and just do a prediction here? What is that video gonna look like when Julie's like, "Do you want to see the goodbye videos?" Well, let's see the one that Fessy throws out there, and just what is that gonna look like?
I have no idea.
Shouldn't have been so sketchy, man. Shouldn't have been so sketchy. Then I would have kept you. You shouldn't have flipped on the swaggy boat. Things could have been really great
for a
between
reason.
us.
He wanted a reason, and that's the one. Like Brett played it perfect. He's like,
Yep.
you flipped on Swaggy wearing a Swaggy t-shirt, and that packages the whole thing.
Yeah.
That
Like-
combined with JC's amazing work.
Yeah.
JC was like the star of this episode.
JC finally got the credit that's due to him. I think we have the title of best puppet master of all time tonight. Is that right, Kelly?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait,
yeah.
guys. Puppet Master and Big Brother means that you actually control other people in the house.
Yep.
Fessy is literally a puppet. So why are we going to call him a puppet master?
No. JC's the puppet master.
No. Why are we going to call JC a puppet master when he's controlling a literal puppet rather than a
Max
person?
stick his hand up Fessy's ass and
That might get him another talking to by production, though. I don't know if he can afford that. To be fair, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like JC's just got this way of getting people to do what he wants, and it's so impressive. And I think again, it's partly due to the fact that a lot of people just kind of underestimate him because
totally.
His English is not the greatest, and he's little. And
I think
it's
Haley said it best. She's like, when JC starts talking, you can't really argue with him.
Right.
Yeah. He's played it so perfectly, and I was starting to get really mad because it feels like metagaming. Like he's preying on something that is totally going to work, but is not game related, and that pissed me off. But then I realized
that's Big Brother, man.
He came into this house at a disadvantage because people are going to make assumptions about him. They're going to be biases that work for and against him, and he, rather than get all pissed off and frustrated when there's a comp that's not geared to his strengths, he is totally using people's underestimation of him to run the damn house, and it's awesome to watch. Like, really, he knows exactly how he's perceived, knows exactly how to twist it, and I gotta root for the guy.
Yeah, JC is playing the game that I would want to play if I were to make it into the house someday. Like he is totally used people's perception of him to his advantage, and it's wonderful to watch. There's
only one downfall for JC, is that he is not realizing that Tyler and his final, I don't know if they have a final two or not, but he is not realizing that he is not actually an L6.
Yeah.
Because like if he did, it would be really beneficial for Scotty to stay in this game. Like JC has no reason to want, other than thinking that he's an L6 and that he's higher up on the totem pole than he actually is. He has no reason to want Scotty to go, because that is good for L6. It's not going to be good for his end game.
Yeah.
No, I think that JC in the long run is going to be in trouble.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, he doesn't care about L6. He only cares about making it to the end with Tyler, because he thinks that he can say, "Look, I was the puppet master of Tyler for the majority of the season, and I got him to do a lot of the things that I wanted him to do." From his perspective, he's going to use the Caitlyn thing to his advantage, and he just cares about making it to the end with Tyler, because he thinks that he's going to be able to say, "Look, I had my hand where the sun don't shine the entire time." So, it's gonna.
It won't. I bet it won't get that far though.
I think when you say where the sun don't shine, are we talking about the void that is Fessy's brain?
No,
we're talking about Tyler for this one.
Oh. No.
So, guys, I think we can come out and say it directly now. The two nominees tonight are Brett and JC. No,
Brett
not
and
JC. Scotty. Brett
That'd be
and Scotty
hilarious.
because Brett and Scotty because Fessy is insecure, and I think sort of going off of insecurity, we can go ahead and let Kelly, Senior Kelly, know what happened pre-veto between Brett and Sam.
What happened?
Okay, so are you ready for this one? Buckle up.
I'm strapping in.
It's beautiful.
Oh man.
So Sam approaches Brett in the have not room, and Sam is like, "Hey, I need to talk to you for a few minutes. Are you cool?" And of course, Brett's like, "Yeah, I'm cool. Let's talk. What do you need, buddy?" And and Sam is like, "So Rockstar told me before she left the house that you said that you're in love with me."
Oh my gosh.
And you have like a desire to do a final two with me. Is that true?
Oh man.
Tell me that's true. And he's like, listen, Sam, I love you. I'm not in love with you. Like that's, I want to make this very, very clear. I think you're a wonderful person, but I'm not in love with you. I'm very, very sorry. And Sam was like, well, can you at least pretend like you're in love with me? And he's like, I love you. I won't have any problem pretending like I love you, but I'm not in love with you. If that's cool. And she's like, well, what about that final two? And he's like, sure, yeah, I'd love to work with you in the game. Yeah, let's have a final two. And Sam is like, I already have this other final two, but I can't tell you who it's with because it's a secret. And at this point, JC walks in the room, and Sam was like, "Hey, we just made a final two."
What?
What? Do you want to be in a final three? And JC's like, "Yeah, of course, Sam. I want to be in a final three."
Oh my god, you didn't tell me that part. Oh, that's so funny. Hey Callie, do you want to be in a final two with me?
Yeah, totally.
Hey Shaun, I'm gonna go to final two with Kelly. Do you want to be in a final three with us?
Too many Kellys in the same room.
Oh my god.
Sam, I will pretend to love you. Come on, do the right thing here.
And so the greatest part is that when Brett said that he wasn't in love with Sam, he went to go give her a hug, and she was like, "Don't touch me." That makes me very upset that you're not in love with me.
Wow.
Because she goes, I felt like an idiot. Because after Rockstar told me that, which is totally a lie, by the way, Rockstar never said a thing. She said I was talking to production about like my life after the house and us getting married and having babies, and Brad is just, for his credit, he is stone faced the entire time. He was just eating up the crazy and was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm not in love with you.
Oh my goodness.
But
Sam.
But
that
then,
part, is that like? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jacob.
No, go ahead.
Nope. You gotta finish.
Yeah. Okay. So after like 2 minutes of cajoling, she's like, you know what? Listen, Brett, you can hug me. I like it when you touch me. So we're cool again. And Brett's like, cool. All right. And he went an entire day without telling L6 because he thought it was completely jacked up what happened. Like he didn't want to bring that in. But the only reason he ends up bringing it in a day later is because Sam mentions it to like Tyler to try to get leverage from Tyler because she's not getting the attention from Tyler that she wants. So
she's like, hey, I might have another final two or two.
But but it's a secret.
If you're not careful, Wayne, one of these days you're gonna lose me.
Yeah, that was exactly it. And Tyler's like, wait, who do you have a final two with? Like, who is it? And he's like, I can't tell you. And so Brett's like, yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
And she's apparently in love with me, but it's cool. We talked it out, and it's fine. But yeah, so there was that
Oh,
whole
man.
thing. Sam is off her rocker again. Um,
I think
And-
Sam was always off a rocker. I wonder if like that poor girl. I wonder if she like was taking medications and she's not allowed to take them in there or something. Or
No, that wouldn't be it.
no, they allow you to take whatever medication you
Yeah.
need
It's
to
probably
take now.
it's probably the church. She can't go to church.
I stand by that she went into the house heartbroken, and she comes from a background of women get married young, have
Mhm.
babies young, and
Yeah.
she is not fitting in that category. And so she's getting there's a lot of societal pressure from where she's from.
I think that's 100% accurate. And Brett seems to be an eligible bachelor, but his heart
Sweetie,
is with.
you don't want to be with Brett. You do not want to be with Brett.
He's-
There are tons of
he's
other
saying
reasons.
Okay, so in her mind, so we're just assuming this though,
Yeah.
that she has made the prediction that Brett's the best choice in the house for her to go after because why?
Well, because she likes him. She thinks he's super hot.
Okay,
And
I mean,
that
I think Brett is super hot,
I think so too. Like,
He's okay.
but when you talk to him, doesn't he make you cringe just a little bit and just kind of, you know?
not anymore. I've fallen head over heels with Brett and his money
man.
and his privilege. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I don't know. Brett and I can, I'd go out to lunch with Brett any day. Is all I'm saying.
Sam is just a hot mess of flapjacks, huh?
So yeah, Sam is having a little bit of a struggle boat, but that becomes even more important because we see another thing happen pre-veto where Sam is telling Scotty that she would self-evict for him if she can find her way up on the block. And so Scotty's like, yeah, okay, we'll try to see what we can do about like getting me off the block or getting you on the block or something. And it won't work, but yeah. So Sam is feeling all sorts of righteous because she wants Scotty to win the game now. Apparently,
Man, I'm so over her. Sam is genuinely the only chance that Scotty has. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, no.
We need to like.
Sam is my pudding.
Let's back up and talk about, or should we talk about veto now?
Yeah, let's go. Let's talk about veto. So
My favorite competition
spoilers.
of all the competitions.
Spoilers.
Yep.
Post
Spoilers.
episode spoilers.
Yep.
Okay, best competition ever.
Yep.
I love this comp. What is it, Jacob?
It is the hide and veto competition.
Hide and go veto.
Yep, hide and go veto. Which you told me that they can't hide anything above. What was the height, Kelly?
So originally I heard waist high. It changed. I heard now it's eye height.
Okay.
So nothing
Whose
higher than
eyes?
eyes. I know, right? So that I don't remember that being a rule from the past. So I feel like they kind of altered it
For JC.
because JC is in the competition.
Interesting.
Which yeah, that was pretty interesting. I don't think that's fair, but whatever. Like
Yeah.
I'm not cool with like competitions being changed just because
Yeah.
just because of something like that.
To be fair, me neither. I think that if JC wants to get up somewhere high, he's more than capable of climbing on a counter.
Chairs exist.
Yeah, I
God.
know, right?
Oh, I do want to back up though, because I talked about on the last episode how I felt like the competition had been changed for JC, the HOH comp, the
Yep.
slip inside. it was not because of JC. I guess during the trials, it took too long, and so that's why they shortened that's why they shortened the length and changed the volume.
Okay.
So that wasn't for JC, but either way. So we have the hide and go veto comp, which is probably the best comp, and there's some crazy stuff that happens in it. You guys want to hear like where people hid their stuff?
I want to wait until the episode.
Okay.
But we can talk about who did what to the house, because that's insane.
So Scotty poured like milk on the ground because that was near where his veto was.
Yeah.
And then Bessie came in and poured sugar on the ground because he saw the milk on the ground and thought that's what he's supposed to do during the competition. We had Brett who... Go ahead.
Yeah, somebody spilled cooking oil on the ground, and and that made Casey upset because she almost fell.
Yeah. We had Brett who did defense the entire time, where he hit his veto, rather than going to find other people's vetoes, he would place a bunch of stuff in front of the doorway where his veto was, and then in the room where his veto was, he had mattresses on top of it, and every time that he went back in, he would go and make it more of a mess the entire 2 minutes or however long people got to search. Nice. And so that was the winning strategy.
You're telling me Brett won the veto?
Yeah, Brett won the veto.
Brett won a veto, okay.
Brett won Tyler's veto.
So if I'm Fessel, that means I can backdoor Tyler if I want, because that would be a smart move for me, right, Kelly? That's
literally any other move in this game, including probably putting Haley up, because then at least his dick would go back to sleep for a couple of weeks. He's the actual worst person for Fessel to put on the block.
Oh man, so so Brett wins, and we still don't know who the replacement is, but we do know things get crazy in the interim. I guess this morning, Fessy and Scotty have a talk where Scotty is like now on this thing where he's like, listen, my only shot is if I can get Haley to go on the block.
Oh my gosh!
So I thought that was Sam's idea.
Sam was like, "Hey, get me up on the block," and Fessy's like, or Scotty's like, "I'm gonna try to get Haley on the block because like anybody else other than Sam will be, anybody who's L6 is gonna be an instant save." So what happens is this. So they're doing their morning routine, and Fessy's grabbing cereal, and Scotty's having his breakfast, and he's like, "Hey, can I talk to you?" And Fessy's like, "Yeah, dude, what's up, man? Like, what do you want to talk about?" He's like, so you have to make a replacement nomination, right? And I just I'm looking out for you here. I think we don't want to see you fall victim to Caitlyn 2.0. And Fessy's like, "Who's that?"
Obviously Tyler. Like, come on, Fessy.
And he's like, Haley's up there a lot, and you guys spend a lot of time together, and I don't know how game close you guys actually are, because she's kind of cool with everyone, and I don't know if you guys are that cool. And that's just like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna think about that. I'm gonna go tell Haley what you said. And so, oh boy, we see because Scotty told Haley that morning. He's like, "Hey, we need to talk because we need to talk about potentially getting Sam on the block." And So Fessy goes and tells Haley what was said by Scotty before that that other thing can take place. And Fessy, for his credit, is like, I don't know if I should tell you the thing that I heard before you go and talk to Scotty, because I want to hear what Scotty has to say from a clear vantage point. And Haley was like, no, I need you to tell me now what did
Oh, Fessy.
Scotty supposedly say to you.
That's like going up to someone and be like, hey, I know a secret.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you.
Yeah.
And it's a good secret about
Yeah.
the person that has a crush on you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so he tells her just bluntly, like, hey, Scotty, yeah, he called you Caitlin. Like, you're Caitlin 2.0, apparently. You're just playing with my emotions and just like this super manipulative person. And Haley seemingly takes it in stride. But as she's on her way to talk to Scotty, she runs into the level 6 people in the arcade room and just bursts into tears. And it's like, you guys, I can't believe what I just heard about Scotty. Like, I don't know what to do. He was like my really good friend, and I'm really hurt. What do you think I should do? And for level 6 part, they're like, I'm really sorry that happened. That sucks. You know, maybe you should talk to him and you know, figure things out. And I mean, I didn't see Scotty's actual conversation with Haley, but I'm assuming that it didn't go very well because it looks like all of level 6 plus Haley is now firmly on the let's get Scotty out bandwagon.
Wow, I didn't really think that this week could go any worse for Scotty. And yet, here we are.
At the end of the episode, he was laughing in the way that's just like, oh, I get it now. Big Brother is pointless and meaningless, and you can do almost everything pretty well and still get fucked over because some dude's dick won't go to sleep.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty true. Like
he was realizing the futileness of all of this, and
yeah. To be fair, like it was a combination of that and JC. Like JC has been working toward this moment all season long.
That's true.
Yep.
Like get Scotty out, or just to manipulate Fessy?
Manipulate Fessy. Like he has been working toward this moment all season long, to where finally he's able to revel in his manipulation.
So, I look at it this way. Do you guys watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
I've
totally.
heard that. I think I know where you're going with
so, this. For me, JC is Littlefinger.
He really is.
And Scotty is Varys.
Yeah.
We see them sort of dancing and putting opposite sides of chess pieces on opposite sides of the board, and it looks like Littlefinger has the advantage at this point because, I mean, Scotty's just gotten a little bit sloppy. Like, to have that conversation with Fessy is not the way to go about making.
Hell no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like this. So if the comparison is that JC is Littlefinger, right?
Mm-hmm. Lord Baelish.
So like JC's gonna get his just desserts at some point.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He super is. Like JC's not gonna win this season.
Like I hope it happens exactly the way it happens. Like
so Fessy would have to bring JC down.
It would be a kind of a backdoor thing.
Yeah. It would be beautiful to see JC backdoored by like Tyler or something.
I just don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't see it like it would be amazing. I hope it does happen. I hope it's real somewhere.
Well, the thing about Scotty is he's needed to pick a side for a while. He played the middle about as long as he could. And this happened at maybe his most vulnerable point where he was kind of trying to pick a side. Like he took a pretty bold move, like giving a sympathy vote to sort of show his loyalties openly, like to the house, in the thought that at least this buys him safety this week. At the very least, nobody will touch him when Fauci won the HOH, and he couldn't even count on it. Like, it really is pretty ridiculous that this is happening to him.
So I blame nobody but Scott. Like, this is all Scotty's fault, in my opinion. Because if you look back,
Kelly's not gonna like that.
If you look back, if you look back logically, Kelly, quit crying for a second.
No, you stop talking about it like that.
If you look back a week and a half ago, Scotty made a very, very good decision to like say, look, level 6 is where I should be. Like, he was in very, very close, very good with the level 6 people. But then he panicked when who won HOH? Was it Haley? Yeah, Haley. When Haley won HOH, he's like, oh, I can get Haley, and like maybe she'll like me afterward. Like if I celebrate with her, and like he went and celebrated with Haley instead of sticking with level 6.
We have another Game of Thrones metaphor.
Okay.
Rana is saying that JC is Bran and Fess is Hodor.
Oh man, that's super too.
Yeah, that is super accurate.
That is also really, really sad because
JC's definitely, JC's the three-eyed raven for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! But dang,
hold the door.
Raven. Oh, that's so true. Oh, that's probably even more accurate.
It is. It is quite accurate. So yeah, we see Haley's super messy right now. She even had a moment of jealousy when when Fessy was having a conversation with Angela. She was like, "Hey, so since when can you just talk to Angela like that and not have me up there?" And
Haley.
I was like, wait, hold on. This can't be doing this at this point of the season. Like, this is a late onset showmance in the first place. Why is everybody being so possessive? It's gross and I don't like it. Like, can we just not?
Apparently we can't just not.
Yeah, we should be able to just not.
Oh my god, that totally reminds me. We have to talk about Tangela.
Oh yes.
Tangela. So
this is now?
Yep.
Totally a thing, and it's probably the greatest thing that I've ever seen. It's better than Hayden and Kristen's showmance that happened during season BB12 because you have two game bots where they only talk game throughout the whole day. Then at night they go and they lay in the same bed next to each other. They have not kissed yet, but they're laying next to each other. They've held hands. Tyler's like kissed the back of her neck, but they've done it when they made sure that everyone else is asleep. And then they just wake up as if nothing has happened.
Yep.
Like, it's amazing. I have yet to, like, this is the first time that I've seen this, and it's adorable.
Everything substantial is going to happen outside the house for those two, and I love that that's a thing.
They both recognize that them being in a showmance together, like a public showmance or a public flirtmance, would be devastating for their games.
Right.
But
However,
they also recognize they're human.
Yeah. However, I do think that a flirtmance between like Fessy and JC would be just the best thing for the rest of the season. I just want I want that to be the thing for as long as if Fessy has to be around till the end, like that's the context in which I want him. Like I want him to be JC's little pet thing that JC just walks around and tells what to do. But I don't know if we're gonna see that.
No.
Yeah.
It will stay unspoken.
So let's sort of look at how far do we think JC can go in this competition, because this episode is sort of giving him a lot of credit. Do we think he's final 3, final 4? When do we think he is likely to go?
I think he can go final 3 and even final 2. I think people will assume that they'll make this calculated move that, if there's a physical comp, that there's like a cold advantage there, and they will underestimate him to their to their undoing, perhaps. But I think he is making a mistake picking maybe the one person in the house who will beat him definitely a jury. Like, I think he has a pretty good case against every other house guest right now, except Tyler. And if he thinks he can beat Tyler, I don't think he can.
I think JC is the only person that can give Tyler a run for his money.
It would be close.
Because if he's in the final two, and Tyler hasn't done a very good job with jury management, like JC could easily get all of Faute's votes, which that's 4 or 5 right off the bat. So that would like win the game.
Yeah, I have a very hard time seeing Faute vote for JC, especially given that their spearhead is going to be Bailey.
Why does Bailey not like JC?
Do you not remember all of the back and forth
yeah.
they had about the M word and the N word and the?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and
yeah, but if he's up against like Brett or Angela or Tyler,
I think Tyler gets Bailey's vote, and therefore the rest of Faute. I think the same argument can be made for Brett. I don't think that there's enough respect for JC's game, and I don't see him being able to deliver in a final speech in a way that would steal the game for him up against enough of the players.
We have someone who wants us to give their wife a shout out.
Give my wife a shout out, please.
Yeah, their SDC612 wants us to give his wife a shout out because she's listening to us right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to SDC612's wife. You're amazing. We love you. Keep listening.
I want to try that too. I've never shout out to anyone. Hey, yo, this is a shout out to that lady listening to the podcast. You're somebody's wife. Congratulations. I hope you enjoy the podcast.
You're listening to the Big Brother Bitter Jury podcast. We want to give a shout out real quick here to Alessandra, who's listening here at home. Best wishes to you, Alessandra. Thanks for listening.
But Alessandra, just so we're clear, we love you. We're not in love with you. We want to make
Speak
that
for yourself, Jacob.
very clear. No problem, SDC. No problem. We serve here on the Bitter Jury podcast. Yeah, if she has any questions, feel free to type them in. And
the biggest lie of the house so far was when Fessy was like, "I don't care who goes home. I'm here to play."
Yeah, he totally cares. He's so insecure,
and he's super not here to play.
Yeah,
not even a little bit.
He's like, we don't know it, but like he's a double agent. He's infiltrated Faute, and like he's been like an agent on that. Like level 6 doesn't even know that he's on their side.
Yeah, man, it's a crazy thing. I mean, do you guys think there's any universe in which the Ice Queen Angela can win a jury vote?
No, absolutely not. Especially with her goodbye messages.
Right? Like,
well, how about let's put the Ice Queen and the Ice King on together. Which one of those?
Ice King.
Who's
Is that
Brett?
Yeah, it's Brett.
Okay.
So Brett, Angela, final two. Who wins?
Yeah,
Brett.
Angela.
Brett, for sure.
Now,
man, I don't know.
Jacob, you can't go solely off of looks. So what do you say now?
Angela is way more attractive, but
I don't know. I think between the two, I think Angela, like just based off of jury messages alone, like, yeah, Angela was mean, but Brett has been like, it seems like more out of his way mean.
Yeah, but he's done it in a way that is more like
game related, right?
Like, yeah, like, hey,
calling people losers
with a wink in his eye. Yeah, but he's done it like he's a classic villain. I still think he's a true douchebag. Like, I'm not sticking up for the guy, but she's done it in a way that feels like she doesn't remember she's playing a game and she's really trying to hurt people. And he brags about
That's exactly how it feels like Brett is doing too.
No way. Brett is really.
Brett plays like a classic bully.
Nice guy.
Like, I think Angela is an actual bully.
No way. Like we cannot view Angela in one way and then Brett in another way in this when they're both giving really like horribly terrible.
Well, hang on, let's back up for a second. Let's back up for a second because at least Brett has some ethics to his substance, because when Sam came to him and was getting all crazy, like, he didn't make fun of her. He was like, "This is some real shit." Like, I'm not.
That's true.
When did I have Alessandra's name stuck in my head. When did Angela do that? When did Angela like have a real moment that she just like laughed in their face at?
I don't know.
Like, that's my point. I think the way that we view Angela's game has to be viewed similarly to Brett's game, and I think that it's unfair. I think it's unfair to give Angela this like extra horrible edit.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying in terms of the jury, like if we're talking about their games, they're playing a similar game. I just think that the jury, and watching how the jury's voted the last few years, it's going to be a close call. And Brett, I think, has burned almost as many bridges as Angela, but in a face-to-face jury vote, I think he edges her out just barely because he has played a bit more social game on the other side as well of charming a few people.
Yeah, and that's what
I'm not excusing it at all. I hate that dude.
Because he's got Sam's vote locked up, by the way. Like, even against Tyler, like, Sam is voting for Brett.
Yeah, Brett has willingly like stuck himself in the frying pan to look bad in a lot of ways, but he's been like in the house. He's well known to have a good charisma to him. Like, I don't think Angela has been talked the same way. I don't see it yet.
Yeah, you're right. Angela doesn't have the same charisma.
That's So I just want to call back to an iconic moment this season and ask everybody, what's wrong with Angela?
What is wrong with Angela? I feel like I don't know Angela well enough now that we talk about her. Like,
Right. That's really what it comes down to, is she has, I mean, it was a calculated move and in some ways effective. She stayed off everyone's radar until all of a sudden she was deep in the game. But
has she had HOH yet?
Yeah, she got out Bailey.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, never mind. Like, that's the only thing I really know about her is that bathing suit she wears, and she wears it well.
Yeah. Yeah, she does. But Brett wears his bathing suit well. To be fair, to be balanced, they both wear their bathing suits equally well, I think.
Yeah, but only one's a swimsuit model.
Yeah, I know, right?
Let's be honest here.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, only one of them is like modeling all the time.
That's true. Yeah. So yeah, any chance Sam wins this game, you guys?
Yes.
0 chance.
Absolutely. It is a snowball in hell, but it is there.
Yeah.
Somebody threw a snowball. It's going to hell.
Did she win against Casey at this point?
No. Casey
Yeah.
didn't ask to go home.
Yeah, that's true.
Casey didn't ask to be put up on the block.
Yeah. And Casey
didn't try to celebrate.
She's done just enough to make a case, a respectable case. If she were to make it, she would be able to claim some things that she's done. But
is it fair to start comparing Casey's game to like Andy's game?
Yeah,
at this point,
it's pretty similar.
Yeah,
they're about the same in the charisma department. Likable, but not like
right.
Really not TV personalities. Not meant for this kind of thing.
Both a part of big alliances and or powerhouse alliances and
right.
Yeah. So I think if Andy can win, I think Casey's got a shot.
Well, if Casey's got a shot and Angela have a shot, then Fessy's got a shot too.
Against Sam.
Against Sam.
That's it.
Just against himself.
I would give Fessy a higher chance of landing a buddy sitcom with JC after the show than he has of winning the game. I think.
They can easily start like a mini series on YouTube.
Yep. YouTube Red.
Yep.
There we go. I'll
Yep.
finally subscribe.
Oh man. So yeah, I think that's about it, guys. Unless you have anything else you want to add, we have Sam losing her mind again. We have Brett fiending off the ladies, and we have we have Tyler being safe. Oh, that's one thing we didn't.
Tyler's super safe. Like, not even a chance of him going up as a replacement nominee.
We didn't talk about that.
Like, how ridiculous is that?
So Fessy, okay, so let's talk about Fessy for a second. He went up to Tyler and was like, "Hey, I want competitors to be at the end together. So how about me, you, Angela, and Haley make a final four?"
Oh, that's right.
And Tyler's like, "Yeah, bro, I've always loved you in this game. Let's bro out and like do this thing." And so yeah, that's a final four in Fessy's head. That's totally a real thing.
Oh man, I'm so excited to see who's gonna go against that first, Angela or Tyler.
Angela would go against it first, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Tyler doesn't want to be seen to make any move that would make people upset.
Mhm.
At least at this point. So
At least not until he can send a video to them and be like, "Hey, listen,
I did this move.
I did this move."
I'll take you to Hawaii.
Right.
Okay, guys, I need to go to bed. I'm so sorry. I have teaching tomorrow.
No worries. Yeah, you're a teacher. Fessy used to be a teacher. He doesn't want to be a teacher anymore.
That's probably for the best, Fessy.
Yeah.
If we're
It's
being-
okay. It's okay. You can leave education. It'll be okay. We'll survive.
Yep. All right, guys. Good
Oh,
night.
man. We'll see you guys
everybody.
on Thursday.
You on Thursday, the flip flap.